find the story behind it. Brad Willingham. Brad, come on in. I know it's a legacy dealership. Your dad was a Buick guy. You run the shop now. Was it Boulevard Buick?
Yeah, Boulevard Buick since 1961.
And where are you? Signal Hill?
We're in Signal Hill, actually in Long Beach.
Okay.
We were a Jag dealer too. You got a lot of beautiful cars.
Oh, thanks. Well, right now we're featuring this one. You see, when we're doing the Jag, we'll talk about the Jag. But this one is unique because, first of all, these were pretty rare. One of the few muscle cars of the 80s, this being the most powerful version. And the most amazing part is, it's never been sold. So how did you come to acquire this back in '87?
Well, we were allocated one car. And originally it was 500 was going to be the build.
Right.
They started hitting the East Coast first, and some of them went for some big money.
Right.
Right off the bat. And
well, let's see. So new back 30 years ago, this car was 29,000. What is that? Some 29,000 and change, which seems like a bargain now.
Yeah.
But that probably would be the equivalent of maybe $50,000 or $60,000 now, maybe?
Yeah.
Something like that, because you figure a Volkswagen or something like that was probably in the $17,000 or $18,000. So, okay. All right, so you get the allocation, what happened?
We couldn't sell it.
Why?
To tell you the truth. We actually put...
Did you have a dealer mock-up?
Yeah.
Did you have the outdoor floor mats for $10,000?
Of course, we were hoping that we could get maybe 50 or 60. We thought that was reasonable compared to some of the stories we heard.
Right.
We took out an ad in the LA Times.
Right.
And Arthur Anderson, you could turn in a sealed bid to Arthur Anderson.
Right.
We ran that for 2 or 3 weeks. Didn't get one bid.
Didn't get one bid?
No. It was in the Times.
You know, why do you think that was? Because this was a very desirable car. I mean, this was one of the fastest. I mean, I think Royce was president.
Yes.
He was president of General Motors at the time, wasn't he?
Yes.
And I know he wanted to get Buick out of although your father's car was the Oldsmobile one, it was the same type of deal. It wasn't your parents' Buick. This was something new, their goal was to be faster than the Corvette and the Ferrari at the time. Isn't that correct?
That's true. They said one of the engineers back in Detroit had a bumper sticker made with the V6 logo, and it said, "Buick, we brake for Corvettes."
Wow.
That upset a lot of people over at Chevy.
Must have gone over very big. So let's talk about that. It's a 3.8 liter V6, which is pretty unusual. Pretty much the same engine that was in the Cyclone, I think, too.
Yes, I saw one of those back there.
Okay, so 3.8 liter. It was making, I think it was closer to 290 horse, but a lot of torque.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember seeing the videos of these things doing burnouts and power sliding and doing a quarter mile about 12.6, 12.7, something like that, which again, not huge today, but 30 years ago, very impressive.
Yeah, it was a big deal. Of course, they had the Grand National. They turbocharged the Grand National.
Right.
We sold a lot of those, but this was something special. They were gonna...
This is the X. This is the Grand National Experimental.
Right.
Correct?
They wanted to take the last 500 and go out with a bang.
Right.
They ended up building 547, as you mentioned. I think a lot of GM executives wanted them once they got building.
I mean, they all got sold except for this one. No, I mean, did initially people come in and offer you a sticker and no, we're going to wait and see what happens?
We had a guy come in and offer us invoice, like the old days. And then we had another guy come in and offer a sticker, but he didn't have the credit to buy it. So
he didn't have the money.
We were so depressed at that point. I said we were keeping it. My father, the Jag dealer, when I was probably 12, 13, he came to the dinner table and he said, "I just got the last 2 XKEs I'm ever going to get. If I was smart, I'd put them up on blocks and keep them." And that always stuck with me. Never did. He took a deal within a couple of weeks. And they were gone. And then I was a young kid working in the dealership in the service department, and a guy drove in one, chocolate brown, just beautiful. And it was worth a lot of money. And I said, we're just going to hang on to this.
So you were thinking, I should put this up on blocks back in the day.
Yeah.
Well, you should have done that with the XK.
Yeah, I really should have. Would have been better. But I was too young then.
Okay.
I wasn't calling the shots.
So, okay, it's the end of '87, it's still not sold, getting a little desperate. 88, 89. I mean, it's amazing that it would be on this, because I saw this. I went by the dealership once,
Yeah.
a few years ago, and I saw it on the and it took up floor space for 33 years, 34 years.
Well, don't talk to my partner about
Yeah,
that, because he's always, every day, when are you gonna get rid of this so we can put a car we can actually sell on the showroom?
Okay, so now it's actually for sale, is that correct?
I think we're ready to let it go.
There can't be very many brand new 1987 anything cars around.
No, we don't think so. We know one went recently that they touted it only had 8 or 12 miles on it. And, you know, I actually had this in some car shows. It has 184 miles on it today, pretty much all put on by me.
Okay.
So I was the only one who would drive it.
Right.
But then it was too